Good morning. We have ladies and Will and Mr. Ryder. Part of it. So today we're going to be starting on section 4.8 in our book, which has to do with real-world applications of trigonometric ratios. And if we look at let's look at problem right here, problem 1. Let's just look at this one and see what we're trying to find, see if someone has ideas about this one.
Can you use the angle and figure out the other side?
It's x squared of 3.
Yeah, x squared.
So 300 times the square root of 3.
Yeah, so what it is, so you're saying that this is going to be, if this is x,
It would be 519.
and this is x squared of 3,
Yep.
using special right triangles, then we have our height is equal to 300 times square root of 3,
Yep.
which is, you said, 519.6
Yep.
feet. Okay? So that's going to be our answer to that one. Now, let's back off this one, and let's forget that Will and Emily were geniuses of special right triangles, right? Because if you look at the angles in these other ones, you're seeing angles other than 30, 60, 45 degrees, right? So let's just say that Will and Emily couldn't help us out with that, but I'm glad you did. That really is a level of comprehension. So let's say that we had, and we'll kind of see by experiment if we got the same answer, right? So we're going to find the height. So which trigonometric ratio you think would be apt for this?
Cosine?
Tan.
Okay, I heard tangent and somebody said cosine. Why do you think tangent or cosine, either one, if you want to defend it? Or
I think tangent because tangent is the opposite and the adjacent and
Yeah.
not the hypotenuse.
so you really aren't given a hypotenuse, right?
Yeah.
So tangent's going to be a more apt use here. Okay, so let's go ahead and set up that equation. So what is that equation going to be? Tangent of 60 degrees is equal to, what is our opposite side?
X over 300.
300, okay. And then, so x is going to be equal to
300.
300, tangent 60 degrees. And when you press that in your,
Yep. Same thing.
so 519.6 feet, same, okay? So it's sort of a little bit of an object lesson, isn't it? How?
It's be in degrees mode, right?
Yep.
Okay, yeah, and what tells you that you need to be in degrees mode here? What is the text evidence that tells you?
Because it says 60 degrees.
Because it says 60 degrees here, and also here, okay? So that was really good. I appreciate you working that out. I'll give you guys credit for that. Now what I want to do is I want you to go ahead and look at problem number 2 and work that, and I'll choose somebody for that. Meanwhile, I'm going to give you guys some credit who helped me on this, which I had Hannah and Emily and Will. How's that? And Kaylee too, right? It's Canada and Will, okay. So do this one right here. Is anybody having trouble with the angle here?
Yeah.
You are?
I'm confused about the angle. Yeah.
Okay.
You're down with like the inches, the inches or something.
Yeah, so we had this comes back to this is one of the very first things we did this semester, isn't it? Where we went to DMS. Did anybody figure that out?
I got 34.22.
34.22, okay.
You just divide the number by 60.
So Will got it for us, and what he did is he explained it to, he has 34 plus 13 over 60 plus 12 over 3,600. And you add those together, you get 34.22 degrees, right? Is that how you did it?
Yep.
Does that ring a bell back there in your,
Yeah, I just forgot what the numbers you're supposed to get on.
Yeah. So we did this, right? Okay, good. Okay, I'm going to call somebody. We have a lot of people gone today. Yeah. Let me get all of our people gone. Let's see, Angel's gone. Oops. I meant to not do that. And then Emma's gone. Everybody else is here.
You just put out lists.
So Mr. Greiger, you see you're on the list here, right? So you can be a source for us today. How's that? You shaking your head. All right. I think the calculator's in degrees. Okay, so I'll choose somebody for this now. These are our remaining contestants. And everybody gets picked, okay, is the way it works. Okay, so everybody's ready for this? Let's see here. Ready here? Is this ready or not here? So we're going to get Kaylee, Hannah, okay. What do you think?
You need to work it out or you need to tell me?
You can say the answer first if you want.
I got 68.01.
Okay, and then you can backfill how you got your answer on that.
So it says it was 100 feet from its base, so on the triangle, the bottom one, the base one, I didn't have
So something like this.
50.
So you got your base. So you got 100 feet here.
And then that angle right there, I got 34.22.
So this is your angle right here.
So then it was 10, 34.22 equals X over 100. And then it would equal 110 times 34.22. That's what I got.
Okay. Does the answer make sense? If that's 100, does this look like it should be 60.01?
Yes, yes.
Yeah. All right. Questions on that one? Okay, good. To me, this is the first one here where you actually have to draw the picture to figure out what it is. So that's an issue. So I want you to go work on number 3. Number 3. Okay. Let's go to number 3. Do you have questions on number 3? mean, some of you are talking to each other. Talking to each other is encouraged.
Mr. J, I have a question.
Yes, ma'am.
So, whenever you have like 120 on top over x, do you multiply the 120 to the other side, or do you divide it? What do you?
What you can do is you can multiply by x and divide by the trigonometric ratio.
Oh, so 120 is.
So that's one thing, and I call it the Riley Jiu-Jitsu method. Riley, you know, Riley in fifth period. She came up with that way, so I named it after her.
What do you do?
The Riley Jiu-Jitsu method.
What is that?
We'll probably talk about it here in a minute. All right, we ready to choose a victim?
Let's choose Mr. Gregor.
Well, see, he's on the list. Well, if he's not, wherever you are, we're going to work with you, right? You're not going to be totally left in abeyance here.
No.
Carbon.
Mr. G, I got one.
All right, Carmen, what do you think? Just show what you did on it. That's okay. Whatever you did, it's good. We'll work with it.
What she did is up the top of the tower, she put it as 80 degrees.
So you put 80 here?
Yeah, she put 80 there,
Okay.
and then below it, she put 90 degrees.
And so she put a 90 here. She went like this kind of, right?
Yeah.
A little right angle.
And then the
Okay.
other one, she has it at 10 degrees.
So
And
10
that's
degrees
as far as
here?
she got. And she
Okay.
also like labeled the other triangle. She put the line and made it a triangle.
So what distance are you looking for here? The distance from the boy, right?
So, like,
Looking for this distance here. Okay. So now, what can we, so Carmen, what can we do next with this one? Which trigonometric ratios would apply here? Remember, you got 6 of them to use. You have sine, cosecant, cosine, secant, tangent, cotangent. What's that?
what do you find?
Sine, do you have a hypotenuse here?
No.
Well, you don't.
Oh, okay, no. So it can be sine, it can be tangent. Go ahead, you have 4 more choices.
You can do something.
Will said we could. Tangent.
You do tangent.
Say tangent, can you do tangent?
No, so tangent of which angle? Tangent 10 degrees, okay. So what's your opposite side of the 10? 120?
I hate to interrupt, but I gotta get Mr. Smith. I never say that.
Over, what is our adjacent side?
We don't know that.
We don't know it, so I'll just call it that. Okay, good. Is everybody okay with this up to this point?
Yeah.
Right? Okay, good.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, what next? Okay, I'm just going to show you, this is one that we did in, that I sort of named it after Riley. Okay, I'm just going to show you this. What it is, she takes this D up here, and then she takes this thing right here and brings it down here to replace D down here. So now what she has is D is equal to 120 over tangent of 10 degrees. And so that's going to be it. So then you can put that in your calculator. Carmen's doing that for us. Carmen, you have that? 680.55. Is that going to be feet?
Yeah. I have an observation.
Okay. Yeah, Will, what is your observation?
No, I wasn't going to say she's wrong, but I look at it a little differently. If you use your, instead of the 10 degrees as your theta, you can use the 80 degrees as your theta, and have the 120 as your adjacent instead of your opposite.
So, to just kind of summarize what Will is saying, what if we use 80 as your angle, and then you would say, correct me if I'm wrong, Will, you'd say that in this case tangent of 80 degrees is equal to D over 120.
Yep.
And then, I like this method. When I do it, I probably like to set up like this because I like doing it. Now, what this does is it gets us into a definition of tangent and cotangent. Okay, so do you notice that the tangent of this angle is the cotangent of 10? Do you notice that? Okay, let's talk about what that is. And the reason is the cotangent, the word co is short for what word in geometry?
Together.
It has to do with triangles. It's short for complementary. And so you see that the cotangent of 10 degrees is equal to the tangent of 90 minus 10 degrees. And so that's why you can use tangent as a replacement and get this kind of arrangement here. Same for sine and cosine. So that gets down to the definition of the words, how we came up with them really. So that's some good work, Will and others. Okay? Questions on this? Have we exhausted this one pretty well? Okay, I want you to look at number 4 and work out number 4. I'll choose somebody else for problem 4 in a short period of time. I don't have to erase it, that's one thing. Okay, so I'm noticing that you're done or either kind of along the path pretty well on this, with drawings and so forth, which is good. So we can choose a new one to be highlighted here. So Mr. Greiger, I don't know if you want to pass on this one or...
Typing, but
Okay.
362.
Okay, 362.
362.
So Mr. Greiger gets 360 feet, you said? Does that answer make sense?
Yes.
Anybody get the same thing? Yeah, how'd you come up with that?
I used the angle of depression with the 90 feet from the base of the wall. And that gave me a triangle headed out with the angle at the top there for 14 degrees.
So something like this? So like this?
I didn't bother with the second triangle.
So this is it here? And this is 90 here? And so you wanted this distance here, is that it?
Yes.
Okay.
And then I used tangent solver.
So tangent, so tangent of 14 degrees is equal to 90 over D. And then solve for D, is that it? Okay, good work. Good work, Mr. Greiger. All right, questions on that one? Now, last thing we do before we move on from this one is, does the answer make sense?
Yes.
Why does the answer, what tells you from your real world experience this answer makes sense? When you go to a baseball field, a professional baseball field, what do you see on the outside wall?
A fence?
You see a fence, and what is written on that fence?
How far it is?
Numbers, which are how far it is, right? So you can see that that number, if you've seen that's a reasonable number for the fence distance away from, right?
Did you know MLB stadiums, there's no set distance for?
Yeah, I know that, like Fenway Park has a real short left field, something like 200 and something feet, yeah. Yeah, that's true. And I think they try to, when they build new ones, they try to make them semi-standard, but even those aren't all the same.
Yeah.
They're irregularities, yeah, so that's an interesting thing.
The other irregularity is the height of the stands at the park.
Yeah. I'm gonna go here. So we have problem 5 here in this bit. There it is. My pen came back to me. Okay, here we go, number 5. I'm sure you've seen these around here, these antennas with the wires. So we will see. We'll do this. Okay, Emily, you are going to be the woman of honor right now.
I noticed that we're solving for 2. So which one do we do?
That's up to you. Just tell me
I'll
which
do
one.
the opposite side.
So you want-
I can do both.
Okay, that's fine.
So to find the opposite side, I tan of 80 degrees is equal to opposite, which is x, over 20.
Okay.
And then I multiply the 20, so 20 and 80 degrees.
Which equals
113, 143.
point 23,
43.
43. And that's going to be feet, is it?
Yes.
Okay.
Your opposite side.
So that's going to be your height of that here.
And
Okay.
then for the hypotenuse, I did cosine of 80 degrees is equal to adjacent over hypotenuse, so 20 over x. And then I did 20 divided by cosine of 80 degrees. Which equals 115, 118 feet.
118 feet.
Yes.
Did anybody do that differently? I had Becky in fifth period who did it differently. What do you think she did?
She used that. And used the answer of the word figure out the
Right, she used the most famous equation in mathematics, which was the Pythagorean theorem. Pythagorean theorem. Yes, okay. It's used Pythagorean theorem also. And one reason I mention this is because when we're going into, well, there are different times where we use this. Chapter 5. Okay. Let's go on to number 6. A similar type of problem. We have very few people, though, 2 people. So Kaylee, you are the one. Okay, qu'est-ce que nous avons? Kenzie, is that shirt for your CNA?
Yeah.
Very good.
What do you need to do?
I'm a college student.
Why are you here?
Bro, I don't even know, honestly. I'm a full-time college student, and I'm so it wouldn't even matter if I dropped out. 'Cause, you know, I could have my associates,
But you still wouldn't have your high school diploma.
but it doesn't matter if I have my associates.
No, that still does matter, because a lot of jobs just require a high school diploma.
So you're dual enrolled is what you're
Okay,
saying?
but nursing isn't requiring a high school diploma.
I'm pretty
It's required certain college, like.
It's a spot you should have on your, filled in on your resume.
I feel like the college part's more.
Go ahead. Well, eventually it will, but yes, go ahead.
You're going to transfer to university if you don't have your high school.
But I'm not transferring to a university.
Go ahead.
Sounds like you got it figured out. Go for it.
I'm not going to a university, so I don't need it actually. So why am I here?
Process, yeah.
What are you turning? 62.
I got this right here.
I'm getting negative.
I have my college costs in there.
So I'm just looking at Kaylee's drawing here. So she got like this. So what happens is she has 16 here. So tangent of 62 degrees equals 16 over h, is that right? And so h is going to be equal to 16 over tangent 62 degrees. And that's how many feet? 8.51. 8.51 feet. So this one's about 8.51 feet. Okay, and then you're also going to find the length of the wire here. How did you find that? So she gets sine of 62, but that's, okay, sine 62 degrees equals your 8.51, is that what you got? Over your hypotenuse here. So hypotenuse is equal to 8.51 over sine 62 degrees, is that right? And so what's that going to be? What did you say? 6.4 feet. Okay, did anybody do this using Pythagorean theorem? No? No, okay. All right, thank you, kid. Appreciate it. Okay, we'll go to number 7. So number 7 to me, it reminds me of one of our side topics of class. What's one of our recent side topics of class?
Kids are dropping out of high school.
Yeah, that's a side topic too. No, it's not dropping out of high school. It's French, right?
Oh, yeah.
Right. So.
We're at one time, Will Brian from CrossFit.
Okay, so we know who this is going to, Kinsey, you have this one, right?
You got it. Yeah, I don't know how to do the 80 degrees, the 1 and the 12. I have no idea how to do that part.
Okay,
But is it the same numbers? Yeah. Okay, then never mind, I can figure it out.
You get 12 divided by 6.
Well, I get it now.
Just 0.2.
I get it. I get it, Will.
Okay. You know what, I might. Just move it.
okay. All right, Kinsey, you got it here? All right. You have it, Kinsey?
Okay, so I got 1,051.33.
So your height equals 1,051.33 feet, you said?
Yeah,
Okay, and how'd you come up with that?
first I did the little degree thing, I did 80 plus 160 plus 12
Okay.
over 3,600 equals 80.02, so I found the top angle
So you got like 80.02 degrees down here?
up from the top.
Oh, okay, so you did it up
Or
here.
maybe I'm wrong.
So you did it up here or up here?
It's fine where you had it, yeah.
That's fine where I had it, okay, that's
Yeah,
fine.
yeah.
All right,
And then we got tangent 80.02 equals x over 185. And then
The part you drive on.
the 185 tangent, 80.02 degrees equals x. And x equals 1,151.33.
So, if this is the road, you're gonna drive along that.
so like this, and then you plug that in and you got this.
Yeah.
Does the answer make sense? Anybody ever been to the Eiffel Tower in France? You been there? Mr. Greiger, does that look like, is the height of that about 1,000
I've been
feet
to Italy, Texas.
or so? Does that answer make sense?
Yeah, that makes sense.
Kind of makes sense.
I've been there.
You been there? You remember going up in the tower, seeing it, how high it was?
I never got to go.
Yeah, I went up a long time ago. Yeah, lots of fun.
We went up to the very top of it.
Yeah. Okay, good job, Kinsey. Good job. I know we worked on that. That's good. What I have is, we may be just a minute short of finishing everything. Okay.
This is why I come to this class. This story right here.
We all got to have our motives for coming to things. Okay, one last one, maybe number 8.
It's inverse.
We'll go to number 8. We'll probably have to stop there because of time. So I'm going to get Will. Okay, Will, you're the man. Number 8, Will.
I got tangent of 38 equals x over 1580. And rewrite that as 1580 tangent of 38 degrees equals which equals 1,234.40
Feet, all right? Okay, we're going to have to leave it there because of time, so we're going to need to get our desks wiped down here. So thank you. Just hold on to these. We'll finish these other problems.